What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to another video. Today, I'm going to break down my favorite waiver ads for week 9, ranging from players that are in 10 to 12 team leagues to players that are probably available in 14 team leagues or more. Remember guys, leave a like if you enjoy the video, subscribe if you haven't, and check out our video description to get access to all of our content channels. Before we jump into it, let's hop over to our video sponsor for today. Hey everyone, we're so excited here at Fantasy Puck to announce a partnership with the Manscaped team. You can now get 20% off plus free shipping with code FANTASYPUCK. That's 20% off plus free shipping with code FANTASYPUCK at manscaped.com. This is a great way to support the channel and get some unbelievable products over at Manscaped. Christmas is approaching fast, and make sure you get yourself, your brother, your father, your uncle, and all your friends the best gifts possible from Manscaped. Trust me when I say it, I've used the product and there's nothing better. Join me and the 4 million other men who trust Manscaped. Remember, manscaped.com, use code FANTASYPUCK for 20% off plus free shipping. The first waiver wire pickup for week 9 is Robby Fabbri of the Detroit Red Wings. Tyler Bertuzzi's now in the COVID protocol, leaving him unavailable for at least the next 5 Red Wing games. And this opens the door for Fabbri to step in as the first line left winger. Detroit's top line, featuring Larkin and Raymond, have been phenomenal this season, and the two have put up 21 and 22 points respectively while leading the Wings offensively. Now that Fabbri's skating with them and on the top power play unit, it makes him a must-add player. Fabbri's off to an okay start, 11 points in his first 24 games, while his shot rate is at a career-high 8.6 shots per 60. He's a guy with some big offensive upside, but has lacked the support on his line, so hopefully he can start to find the back of the net this week with his new responsibility. In his first game with Bertuzzi out, Fabbri played 22 minutes and 58 seconds, a season high for him, and we can expect him to continue to play over 19 minutes per night for the coming weeks. Fabbri is in a great spot with solid line mates, and an increase in minutes should all be enough to justify adding him for this week. At 6% ownership on Yahoo and 2% ownership on ESPN, it is likely that Fabbri will be available in 10 to 14 team leagues. For viewers in 10 to 12 team leagues, Clayton Keller of the Arizona Coyotes is a great waiver ad if he's available. The 23-year-old's off to a solid start with 16 points in 24 games on a team that has been a disaster this season. Keller has as much upside as anyone on the Coyotes, but similar to Chychrun, it's difficult to put up points on such an offensive depressed team. Nevertheless, Keller's minutes have been trending upwards and fast. Over his last 10 games, he's played over 20 minutes 9 times, and this is an indicator that Keller is the guy on Arizona. Keller has all the responsibility up front, line 1, power play 1, while being double shifted in most games. Keller has a bunch of upside, putting up 40-point seasons in 3 of his first 4 years, and is likely to crush that feat this year with the pace he's currently on. For a team that struggles defensively, Keller actually has great rate metrics. All of his on-ice numbers, aside from his goals for percentage, are over 50%, meaning his line is generating more offense than the opposing team when he's on the ice. Keller was likely drafted in your league and then dropped after a slow start, but he's really picked it up recently and his minutes have reached a career high. Again, in 10 and 12 team leagues, he should be available and is definitely worth an ad at his current pace. On Yahoo, his ownership's down at 20%, but on ESPN, he's getting up there at 50%. The next must-add player for this coming week is Erik Gustafsson of the Chicago Blackhawks. Some of you may remember Gustafsson from his huge outlier year in 2018 with the Hawks, when he put up 60 points in 79 games, including 17 goals as a defenseman. I can't really explain what happened and why, but prior to and after that season, Gustafsson has never reached even half of those points in a single season. Nevertheless, he does possess some upside and more now than ever, as he's now in the top pairing and the top power play unit for the Blackhawks. It's important to note that if anyone has a chance to see a demotion, it's probably him, but the Hawks right now are struggling to find offense, and they want to see what they can get out of Gustafsson. The 29-year-old is off to a pretty bad start, with just 5 assists in 22 games, while adding 22 shots and 25 blocks. In 4 of his last 5 games, he's played over 19 minutes, so his time on ice is trending upwards, and in 3 of the last 3 games, he's played the entire time on Power Play 1. I think Gustafsson is more of a deeper league ad if you need someone with points and peripherals, but in 10 to 12 team leagues, I wouldn't bother. Keep an eye on him to see if his minutes are starting to trend downwards. That is likely an indicator that he's now off Power Play 1 and the top pairing. Gustafsson is under 1% owned on Yahoo and just 1.5% owned on ESPN. Jumping over to the Edmonton Oilers, we have defenseman Kris Russell. Russell is one of the league's top shot blocking defensemen, and with injuries to Darnell Nurse, Duncan Keith, and Cody Ceci, Russell has been skating on the top pairing and playing well over 23 minutes per night. For a player with such high shot blocking potential, the increase in minutes have significantly raised his totals. Russell has at least 3 blocks in all of his last 5 games, including a game with 8 and 6. For those in leagues that value blocks, Russell's a must-add player. I'm currently in a league with blocks as a category, and I've been streaming him all week, and I can say that he's the reason why I'm comfortably winning the blocks category. Now, I won't dig deep into his underlying numbers because he is strictly a streamer play for blocks, but he is skating on the top pairing, meaning he does spend time 5-on-5 with McDavid, and the upside for points probably will not be any higher for Russell than it is now. Russell's not on anyone's radar, as he's only 4% owned on Yahoo, and on ESPN, he's down at 3%. The final player to add for this week is Pavel Francouz of the Colorado Avalanche. Yes, it's now Francouz's season. He was sent down to the Colorado Eagles for a conditioning stint, and with the disastrous goaltending for Colorado, he's likely to play a big role moving forward. Francouz has made a case to start over Grubauer last year, but an injury left him out for most of the season while Grubauer flourished. If you've listened to videos on this channel before, you know that I'm a strong believer that goalie stats are reflective of the team in front of them, and with Colorado, I don't think very much needs to be said. Francouz was solid in his first season for Colorado, posting a 21-7-4 record, a .923 save percentage, and a .241 goals against average. These are elite numbers from any goalie, and if he can return and play even 80% as good as 2019, he's a must-add in all leagues. No one's on Francouz right now, making it a great time to add him and stash him. On Yahoo, he's owned by 13% of teams, and on ESPN, he's down at just 3%. The new section I'll try and incorporate for the waiver wire videos is the best and worst schedules for this week. Starting off with the most favorable schedule this week is the New Jersey Devils. One of 10 teams with 4 more games this week, the Devils have 3 home games versus Ottawa, Philly, and Nashville, and end the week on the road against the Islanders. 3 of these teams are sub 500, with Nashville being 3 games over 500. These are all favorable matchups, and potential streamers could be Jesper Bratt, Pavel Zacha, and Dawson Mercer. The Blues are another team with a solid schedule this week, featuring 4 games, all at home against Florida, Detroit, Montreal, and Anaheim. Florida's a powerhouse, and it's going to be a tough game, but the other 3 should all be favorable for the Blues. Solid stream options include Ville Husso in net, Parayko on the backhand, and Pavel Buchnevich up front. One of the toughest schedules for this week is Edmonton. Although at home for 3 games, they face off against the Wild, Bruins, and the Canes. All 3 teams are at least 4 games above 500, with the Canes and Wild both over 10 games above 500 each. Edmonton is great at home, but this should be one of their toughest challenges all season. Now, there's not another clear, difficult schedule for this week, but Nashville is one that does stand out for me. They have 4 road games against Detroit, the Islanders, Devils, and the Rangers. The trip to New York is going to be difficult for them, as their arenas are really tough to play in. It should be a really good test for Nashville, but be careful starting some of your lower-owned Nashville players. That'll do it for our must-add waiver pickups for Week 9. If you enjoyed the video, please leave a like, and if you're new to the channel, please subscribe. As the Fantasy Puck community prepares you for this season, make sure you click that link in our description and check out all of our content channels. Thank you for watching, and I look forward to seeing you all in the next one.